Hey, I'm Jay Kumar, the BassBlaster, and this is your Abu Garcia REVO Top 5 Tips, Techniques, and Trends of the Month. Number 1.
At the car wash, whoa, 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 talking about the car wash, yeah.
Car wash? No, man, the other clip. Yeah, that one. Power. POWUH! Because power techniques have been dominating in tournaments recently, pretty much just like everyone thought they would once that offshore pre-spawn suspended fish, schooling fish bite calmed down. Are guys still fishing with forward-facing sonar? Of course. It's on all the time now, just like any other sonar. Are they winning with it though? Not really. Couple examples. MLF Bass Pro Tour Pro Jared Lintner won last weekend's Toyota Series event on Lake of the Ozarks, aka the Lake of a Million Docks. So guess what he did? He fished docks. Here's his baits. He fished a Z-Man Evergreen jackhammer around deeper windblown docks. He fished a swim jig around deeper docks that were in calm water. And he flipped an Arc Randall Tharp flipping jig ultra shallow around shallow docks. All his docks were isolated and no scope on or needed. Another quick example is the Bassmaster Open that was on the upper Mississippi River, won by Georgia's Cody Stahl. Now he power fished with 3 frogs. A Boom Boom frog, a Spro Bronzeye 65, and a Spro King Daddy. He also used a Z-Man jackhammer and a 6-inch Big Bite Baits B6 line through swim bait. Now I don't have time to show you more examples, but a bunch of BFLs are being won power fishing too. So just remember, you got it. Number 2. Big Ben. No, not that one. Nah, not that one either. Wrong number on his jersey. Yeah, that's the one with the 402 on his jersey. That's Big Ben Milliken. Now, of course, this year Ben was a Bassmaster Elite Series pro after qualifying in just his first year through the Opens. Now, if you didn't know, Ben also co-owns 6 Sense Lures and helps them develop baits. And you definitely know he's a YouTube fishing star. And hey, he probably does some other stuff too. Now, I talked to him for the BassBlaster email and I asked him if he got any new ideas for baits while he was fishing the Elite Series. His answer surprised me. Here's what he said. I don't know if it was the level or the style as much as just how fast fishing is changing with how the fish are reacting to different baits. It's been that same way for like the last 3 years. The fish are getting conditioned and changing so rapidly, you constantly have to stay on top of what they're doing that moment. So I think just overall fishing pressure has caused a lot of the baits we're working on right now to come into fruition. Well, there it is, fishing pressure again. Now, is some of that fishing pressure forward-facing sonar related? Of course. Is it all of it? Not even close. Now, fishing pressure really ramped up during COVID when all those companies okayed people working from home. Just remember that when Billy Joel says, "You cannot handle pressure." Sure you can. How? Number 3. Pressure baits. Pressure! When your jig, crankbait, swim bait, Texas rig, whatever you like to throw shuts down, or you know it just won't work because of all the pressure. Looks like Billy needs some of those special gummies, man. Anyhow, when you know you need a pressured fish bait, what do? Well, the tried and true pressured fish rig has always been the drop shot. A drop shot plus a Morning Dawn Robo Worm, or your other favorite worm, hey, it'll still get you bit. But the fish has seen that a bunch too now. So in pressure situations, the pros are now drop shotting things like Z-Man TRD type baits, or even small tubes like the 2.5-inch Berkeley Max Scent tube. Shout out to Mike Iaconelli for outing that. Thanks, Mike. Another thing becoming a bigger deal is Neko rigging non-worm baits or rigging baits to glide versus fall. Sometimes they're the same thing. Now, while most guys here in the US only Neko rig worms, check out what Japan Elite Series Pro Taku Ito Neko rigs. That powder on there is his special deal that turns to some fish-loving shrimp slime when it gets wet.
I thought the shrimp paste was really flavorful.
Shrimp paste is pretty hardcore.
Anyhow, that bait obviously is not a worm, just like this rig shown by Major League Fishing Bass Pro Tour Pro Matt Steffen.
You want a bait that's got more of a flat bottom because it glides, but I love to fish a creature bait like this Max Scent Creature Hog by Berkley around docks or even around laydowns. If I feel like I'm fishing pressured fish, you know, if you've got a lake that's got a really good dock bite, a lot of times those docks get completely pounded, and therefore you go in there with something that gives the fish a different look. You can generate some additional bites.
The pros are thinking outside the box, and we should too.
First offering, just a bit outside.
Just a bit. Number 4. Now, just to follow up on that pressured baits and rigs deal, what can you rig? Or what can I rig?
I don't know.
Well, I don't either, Doc, but I've been thinking about it, or actually I've been thinking about how to think about it. So here's what I got. Forget, mind wipe, everything we know about how baits are rigged, supposed to be rigged, fish, the whole deal. And then do what that weird alien baby Siamese twin thing said in Total Recall. All right, a quick example. Would you fish this? Now, if you could,
Open your mind.
enough to even fish it, you would have learned that most guys drop shot it. But Leech Lake Bassmaster Open winner Easton Fothergill Neko rigged it. And that bait is only about a ½ inch square or cubed. So what could we do that's different? I don't know, let's take that TRD. Forget the Ned rig. How about a wacky rig? A Neko rig? Carolina rig seems kind of obvious for that. How about skipping it under a dock with a little blade on the back of it? Like one of those TRD spins blades made for it, and then just winding it straight back. How about putting a treble hook on it? Or a quad? How about strapping a 1 ounce weight on it and dropping it to the bottom like an anvil? If a bass got hit with that deal, it'd be like, boom, boom, hit it! Boom, boom, it'd be lights out for that bass, man. Hey, a bass will bite anything once, so just open your mind and get after him. Number 5.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
Hey, not that kind of quad. This kind. That's not a treble hook, it's a quad hook, meaning 4 points or 4 hooks. Is 4 hooks one too many? Well, it depends. This deal has been popping up here and there in the pro ranks for a couple of years now, though rarely. A couple I remember are Elite Pro Carl Joachimson putting them on Molix glide baits, and MLF Pro Justin Lucas putting one on his Berkley Power Bait Cull Shad. Then, a couple weeks back, Bass Pro Tour rookie phenom Drew Gill fished this bait to finish 4th at the St. Lawrence River. Notice those rear 2 hooks, they're quads. I asked him about it and he said this: landing smallmouths on treble hooks really sucks. The quads are super sticky and have points everywhere. With a jerkbait a lot of times, how many times do you land a fish hooked behind the gill plate or hooked halfway down the fish? It's not because the fish swiped at it, your bait will walk down the fish. Well, that's interesting. My goal with the quads was to get as many points as possible to where it catches as much as possible, where you can reinitiate that hook setting over and over again. That interesting or what? Now you might also notice he's using braided line for split rings or instead of split rings on that bait. That allows the hooks to rotate way more without catching, so the fish gets less leverage and is less able to jump off. By the way, that bait is a Bill Lewis scope stick and those hooks are decoy quattros. So are quad hooks a new trend? Well, I was going in a tackle warehouse to get some, and this guy was all,
Did you hear what I said? Don't buy anything, don't get anything, nothing big. Did you hear what I said? What's the matter with you?
dang, I'm not sure about that fella. He doesn't sound like a fisherman to me. That's all I got for you this month. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Abu Garcia REVO. Tune in next month for all the hottest tips, techniques, and trends. See you then. God bless you.